much ridden anything in my life, so just to be gentle. I fell in love with you at 16. The love was so strong that I thought it'd never fade. You were all I thought about. I planned my days around you, making sure I checked in every few hours to let you know how I felt, how much I appreciated you, how much I loved you. I pretty much worshipped you. I never felt as peaceful as I did when we spoke, and although you didn't say much, I could feel the depth of your love. It wasn't always that way. I'd known you for years, but you always seemed just out of reach. To be honest, I thought you were too good for me, and I, not worthy of you. I was flawed and selfish and weak, and you were intimidating. Not because you were scary, but because you seemed to have endless amounts of love to give, and I am always willing to forgive my flaws. You were perfect, and I was inadequate. I wasn't ready to love or be loved, so I gave in to the fear and let life keep us apart. Over the years, you watched me rise and fall, find and lose myself over and over again. I was comforted being surrounded by all sorts of evils because I didn't believe I deserved better. I hurt myself and others to defend that belief, and the darkness became my sanctuary. There were times I thought about calling you when I had no one else, but the guilt of knowing I was only doing it for that reason made me feel ashamed, so I stayed away. I even lied to people about our relationship and let them think things were fine so they didn't ask too many questions. And you waited for me to find you, to choose you. That's all you ever wanted. I fell in love with you again 10 years later when I had nowhere to turn. You reappeared and told me that you were never that far. I felt ashamed now more than ever, afraid that you could never love me again because my heart had turned cold, tainted and corrupted. If only you knew what I had seen and done, you could never love me. You told me to stop making excuses and reminded me that you never stopped loving me and that it was I who let go. So I did just that. I let go and let your love purify me. We formed a more mature love this time, a real love. No fairy tale, 50 Shades of Grey, Bonnie and Clyde type fairy tale. I didn't have to be perfect to love you. You knew I was flawed and loved me for it. You never turned your back on me no matter what. I promised that I would always be honest with you, even though you knew everything anyway. And all that I learnt about myself came from you. Every truth and false realized. You gave me consciousness, and that is the greatest gift of all. 99 names to praise you, and still nowhere near enough. I don't know when or how we drifted apart again, and now I'm afraid. I'm afraid because now I barely think about you, or remember you throughout the day. But there are signs all around me telling me that once again you're not that far away. And now that I know true love exists, I won't settle for less. My heart belongs to you, and I would rather it abandon me to find you, because without you, this has no purpose. I won't stop searching until I find you again, my only true soulmate, the most gracious, the most merciful.